So main idea for that weekly candle was, taking that breather outside that 30 and that 30 not being a strong area of contention anymore. This basically was the idea. The 30 was roughly there. So daily candles taking a breather outside this area made a lot of sense going to the 50 overall, because this, if you have to consider any key level here and playing from key level to key level on the weekly, this weekly candle managed to reject that 1800s, making the perfect sense going back to retest the 30 at least, and then having that close outside that 50 with the daily candle, or any 4-hour candle closing outside that 30 made a lot of sense going to the 50s. And this candle right here was beautiful as a confirmation candle. Now, for the continuation to the upside, I need a continuation, above the 50 overall, aiming for the next areas of rejections. And in this case, is basically this specific area, the 53 area. That's the main area for the target for the weekly from now on, and New York session. We may don't see that anymore, and reason why is because this candle right here is rejecting previous 4-hour candle. This 4-hour candle basically rejected that daily high. This was the push that I was talking on the daily outlook last night. Now London volume going to retest that daily high and rejecting that daily high makes really hard to believe that it's gonna give you that is a continuation to the upside. This 4-hour candle, it's about to retest the low of this area right here. Main support will be the 40. Obviously, I'm not interested in selling 20, 30 pips, not even 50 pips, aiming for that 40, because this candle still is respecting the daily high, but is closing as a bullish candle, which is giving me the confirmation that this is my liquidity and this is my confirmation of support. Problem here is how price is behaving at the previous daily high. This area right here, if you watch the daily outlook from yesterday, this is I didn't want to have a rejection. If I had a rejection, then I know that leaving this specific area can give me a drop overall. Other than that, can be really hard to take that any position short term in here. Long term, I'm sorry, can be a really hard job looking for a long-term position. Maybe, just grabbing 20 pips here and there, 20, 30 pips here and there, nothing crazy. We're not going to have an easy job, in my opinion, based on the reaction from the daily. Daily is currently there. It's ranging. That daily candle can easily close the way it is, meaning that daily candle will push to the upside a little bit more and then come back and retest these lows and then just hanging in there, grabbing some form of more volume here, trapping some form of volume, either directions, and we don't need to trade something like this. We need a stronger confirmation than just trading a daily candle like this. Can be depressing. The main idea here, if later on this is the current the current 4-hour candle high is basically this one right here, right? This is the current 4-hour candle high. The easiest job ever will be looking for that break and close above that London candle. How? Having a body of the candle on the 5 minutes there, having a body of the candle on the 5 minutes closing above this specific area right here, then that means that we have an easy job. At that point, volume, if the 4-hour candle is respecting previous lows and the lower times, meaning the moment price is taking a breather outside this area, you may find the easiest maybe 50 pips to the upside. Leaving that 50 can give you a 55. And if doesn't give you the 55 for the simple reason that across the board from the left-hand side, we have previous rejections coming from the 1853, that's okay. But at least it's going to be an easy job looking for that specific move. It can take maybe 5 minutes or so to give you maybe 20 pips, 30 pips, and who doesn't like 20 pips, in maybe 3 minutes, because the first 3 minutes of the 5-minute candle can give you those 20 pips, and then the last 2 minutes then give you your rejection. Main idea, still bullish. The main problem here, like I said, is that the 4-hour candle is rejecting that daily. Now this 4-hour candle still has some form of maybe not that I want to call that it has a huge chance to retest this low right here, but it has some, some form of pullback may happen still, toward this area right here. Price if price is not leaving, I'm gonna talk about the second structure in a little bit, but I want you to pay attention here. If this 4-hour candle, the daily is rejecting those areas, the daily low is currently in this in this specific area, the 36. So the main option here, the best option here will be if that 4-hour candle from now on until, pre-NYSE gives you a bearish close and it's giving you a bearish close below this area, then NYSE can pull back to the 41, the biggest pullback on the 30-minute candle, 41, and giving you that retest to the daily candle, and that daily candle can easily be rejecting the 50 and sending price to close near to the 1830 to retest the previous resistance, because until now, after the break outside that 30 happened, we haven't had that specific retest. So there's I'll say like 60% chances that the daily candle can easily retest its own low and retest the key level here, and retest the previous range, previous resistance area we had on the dailies. So it will be a matter of time to wait for that 4-hour candle confirmation. If not, what makes sense is buy still, but I think that there's something missing here, like a retest to this area, something like this, for example. After the breakout happened, then price will need to come back, retest that resistance, and then give you the continuation. Until now, we haven't had this specific drop to the 30. So there's I'll say 60% chance that price can easily come back to the 1830 to retest that area. Now, having a retest here, if I had to have a buy limit overall for the next week, will be around this area right here, like the 1830, 1831, having a buy limit there, and maybe risking 20 pips, 30 pips to the downside, having like a 1827 as a possible stop loss, because I know that new weekly candle can pull up liquidity from the 30 before the continuation again to retest these previous areas right here, the 58, and the main area here is basically this area overall. This is the main target for the next weekly candle. So, risking 30, risking up to 40, but aiming for maybe for 400 pips is good enough, and you can easily start adding more positions later on. So it's a no-brainer that price can give you a pullback to the 30 before the continuation, but that will happen only if this 4-hour candle managed to close bearish and gives you a break below this area. If it's giving you a break below that 40, makes a lot of sense going back to retest that 36 and a possible continuation to the downside. So it will be a matter of time and waiting a little bit longer for that move to happen. Until now, it's just pure range. In my opinion, it's pure range. Main area here of contention and rejection is basically this area right here. That's the main area. Having a candle breaking these lows and closing below this area and give you the retest to the 40, but I'm not interested in taking those positions. If I had to take anything here, will be buys. Buying from here, maybe buying from this area after the confirmation has happened, then yeah, I will be looking for buys, because overall what makes sense is going back to maybe the 50, maybe 53, 55 today. So that's pretty much for the analysis. For the daily, it's pretty tough. As that 4-hour candle gave me that rejection from the daily. Now it's a long wait until that 4-hour candle gives me the confirmation that resistance has been established, and coming from a daily rejection is good. It's a good confirmation if this candle managed to close bearish. But we'll still have almost 2 hours. I mean 1 hour and 15 minutes until that 4-hour candle decide what's going to happen here. Hourly candles already creating that resistance. This one right here is your resistance, the confirmation of resistance. The retest is completed already. So if this candle close bearish, most likely New York session. Let's say that candle managed to close the way it is. Then the job for New York session for the next hourly candle will be retesting that 45. And if that at the 45 is giving you rejection, going back to retest this low, then it's going downtown, and that will be the closing for the 4-hour candle. And at that point, this 45 is not going to be a key level anymore. This area, we're not going to see that 45 being hit again for the rest of the session. We may see a retest to the 40 and breaking that 40, closing below that 40. Then I will start planning my entries below the 40. In this area, I don't want to consider here unless I have the pullback first, the hourly candle giving me that bearish close, the next hourly candle with New York volume pulling to the 45 and then giving me a rejection and breaking maybe the current low that this candle has created already. But at that point, I'll be paying attention to the lower time frames here and maybe trying to catch that specific move from upper areas right here to retest this area and to retest the 40. But until this candle close, I won't be considering anything here. It can easily drop all the way to the support, and I don't care. I'm not planning to risk 20 pips in here using maybe the 45 as a stop loss right there. Now, is anybody in sales currently? Hey, Kerwin, do you consider sales if 5 minute candle close below daily low? Yeah. Even the 40. Morning. How are you, Michael?
I'm good. It's Friday.
Yep.
So I'm listening to you and I feel like, wow, I still have a lot to learn. So I'll tell you what I did. I was looking at the 4-hour candle. Then I went to the 5 minutes and I entered at 1843.59-ish. A small little trade on sells. Because an impulse entry, I think that's what you call it.
Yeah.
And I got to say couple pips and then I got scared listening to you and I closed it ahead. But I entered the impulse entry and now I see it's still going down. My logic was I was thinking and
not sure if your mic is giving you a problem, but all of a sudden I missed you there. Are you there?
Morning, Kerwin.
Morning.
I'm in sales as well, bro.
Oh, nice, man. Nice. Yeah. I mean, keep the stop losses pretty tight before the New York Open, man. That's it.
I entered at 1844.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty messy, but it can work up to the 40 right there. Yeah. I'm not sure what happened with Michael. Yeah. And the lower time frames, now the main area here to consider as a contention area will be this area, overall, this area, and basically this area. If that candle managed to close bearish in the next 2 minutes, then yeah, this is the area of contention, like 10 pips from there. But I don't want to, I don't want to risk it for the biscuit here because it doesn't give me. I may miss a whole move to retest the daily low, but whatever. I will, I'm just basically just chilling. I'm just watching what's going to happen with New York Open, basically. Yeah. 45, it's roughly there. Yeah. But it makes sense. Having that rejection from the daily already, it makes a lot of sense for price going to the 1840 at least. You wanted to add something? Hey, Matthew, how are you, brother?
Good, bro. How you doing?
Good, man. Tell me what's the signal for today?
Yeah, yesterday seemed to work out pretty nice.
Yes,
the signal is it's a range for me. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Yeah,
like sells, I can see it playing out, but like this is where it just tapped right now. Is like if you look on the 5 minute, like that 3:40, 3 a.m. 3:40 candle just tapped into there. Like, yeah, I think sells would be short lived if they do play out. But
the thing is that this kind of a structure doesn't give me enough room for me to let those trades breathe. And I'm not a big fan of just entering and closing with 8 pips, with 10 pips, with no. I like enjoying the ride, and leaving those trades run for a little bit longer. But due to the New York is about to open, what are the chances that this 15-minute candle, basically 15-minute candle, can make its way all the way to the 40 in the last 11 minutes before that hourly candle close? it's tough. It's pretty tough for me to look for that specific move. Other than that, I wait for that hourly candle close. If I miss the move to the 40s, I miss the move. You know, I'm willing to miss it. It's not the first time, and it's not gonna be the last that I'm gonna miss the move. If it happened to the 40 in one single shot and one 5-minute candle, whatever. But if that hourly candle gives me the close that I need, and then a pullback with New York, and then having a rejection, then I can easily start looking for a form of fake out here, like price trying to go to the 40 above the 45, a 5-minute candle that may give me a fake out here, like for example something here. Because before entering in a trade, I first of all I need a good risk reward, and I'll be looking, for example, a push, crazy push with New York, trying to go up the way to the 45 in here, and since this is giving me a lower rejections every time the price is trying to take a breather there, it's giving me a lower rejection, then I will be looking what may happen in this specific area. Then I can easily use that area right there like a pullback to a previous hourly candle, and the moment I grab my entry there, I know that I can go easily all the way down here and a possible continuation with the hourly, and then breaking the current hourly low, I will plan to add another position, and at that point I will have fun from this area and this area to retest that 40 area. And if I have another 5-minute candle here closing below that area, maybe a pullback, maybe a deeper pullback here, because once price is coming to the 40, then maybe the heaviest pullback here will be this area. And at that point, I'll be looking for a pullback there. And the moment I'm getting pullbacks and rejections, I will start adding positions, pulling position. And at that point, I will be holding maybe 3 runners at that point, you know. But I need that specific close on the hourly. I need New York volume to retest partially that previous hourly candle high and a possible continuation. But all I'll be looking is at something, for example, it's like if prices, it will give me the move, it will give me the move. If I miss the move to the downside, I miss the move to the downside. I'm not interested in selling here. I'm not interested in selling here. I need pullback first, and then a rejection and a possible continuation, something like this toward this area. Because if this rejection, every rejection is happening slightly lower, that's what I'm aiming for. A pullback, entering here, having probably stop loss here, and at that point I don't care if I have to risk 25 or maybe 30 pips in this area right here, but looking for that specific drop to retest these previous areas of contention right there. And at that point, if I'm getting a confirmation in this specific area, I'll go for it. I don't care. You know, if I can stop out with 20 pips, 30 pips today being a Friday, I don't care. But my entry will be a better entry than entering at where the price is right now. You know, and yesterday we had an amazing session there. I'm still holding one of the runners, still running there, 169 pips currently. So, you know, that move from yesterday was so beautiful, so easy. Price respected everything yesterday. It didn't give many headaches, in total honesty. Yeah. So yeah, let's wait. I mean, depending how that hourly candle close, then will be good. But at this range, I don't want to deal with this range. This is way too much for me. Unless I have a better entry here, then I can risk it for the biscuit. But in this area, it's quite dangerous. Not that I'm saying, oh, don't do it, don't sell, whatever, because it may play out. I mean, there's maybe a 60% chance that we come back to the 40 without a pullback to the 45. But I rather sell the 45 to the 40 than selling the 43, 42 to the 40. It doesn't give me enough room to trade. That's why.
Yeah, I would like to see the
Can
30
you hear me?
actually close bearish
Yeah.
under 42,
Yeah.
I guess. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like it personally.
Yeah, I can hear you, Michael. I can hear you now.
Yeah, I lost you for a second. The modem went off, but
Oh.
yeah, it's good every morning listening to you. So that's why I asked the questions. Like my goal initially is to develop your mindset and do what Kerwin would do. So that's
Thank you,
it.
man. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
Kerwin, you need to make you know, like there's those like what would Jesus do bracelets. You
Oh.
gotta make what would Kerwin do?
What will Kerwin do? Like a sticker? Ah, yeah. That's good. That's good. Ah, yeah. That's 16 pips. Yeah. You still holding Lois?
Yes,
Okay.
actually, I added one position,
Uh,
one more.
Mhm.
Got stopped out in profits with the first one,
oh.
and I'm still with 10 pips.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. This candle right here was supposed to this was supposed to be the support candle. Now it's respecting the high, broke the low, and this is the area, you know, it's roughly 10 pips. Yeah.
Hey, Kerwin,
Yeah, man.
how are you?
Good, brother, and you?
Good, man. Thanks. So that hour candle now
Mm-hmm.
is, I mean, if it's pushing a bit, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, you said the next one, if it retests kind of 1845,
Yeah.
do you think we can have like a 50 pip wick here? To
No,
retrace? I
really.
mean,
Depending
it's
this
hard
hourly
now.
candle before made sense because
Yeah, but now
before
it's
it
different.
was around this area right here. But this candle closing the
Correct.
way it is now, entering, I
Yeah.
don't want to say this word, but this candle penetrating all this zone. Now, this area right here becomes your contention for the new hourly candle. Shouldn't give you more
Mhm.
than this. If this hourly candle managed to close below this area, below this resistance, then this area is your contention, all this area right here. But before we didn't have this drop and entering price closing inside this area. Now if the price is closing inside that area and that candle and the hourly candle managed to close below that area, this become your main contention. You don't want to see, or you don't need to wait until price goes back to the 43, 45 area. No. You can wait for that hourly candle to give you a close inside this area, pull back, retest this previous area of contention, and gonzo. But you know,
when you say, okay, but then we wouldn't sell to the 40.
no,
It's too,
not
okay.
sell to the 40, but sell the 40 to the downside after the pullback. Like for example, if that candle is closing,
Okay, I see.
yeah, if that candle, you
Interesting.
know, let's see, because sometimes happen crazy things in the last 1 minute, in the last 2 minutes. If that candle gives you a close like this, then that means that next pullback can be done to this area right here. The contention area will be this area right here, and the moment that pullback is completed and that hourly candle retesting the low
Yeah.
and going to retest that 40 can give you something like this next hourly. You
Yeah.
decide if you wait for the pullback or you enter at the opening of the New York and hold for a massive pullback, maybe to the 43, and then giving you that specific drop, something like this. But the
I
safest
think that's
will be
that's my
impulsive below this area right here, aiming for this wick. And if in the last 15 minutes before that hourly candle closes giving you a rejection from that wick, then just call it a day or wait for another setup.
Yeah, that's my
But
plan.
you
I
need
like to,
this hourly candle closing. See how that it's crazy. It's crazy how price behaves sometimes. In the last 2 minutes is when you become young wick.
yeah.
That's why entering in the last when price is ranging, especially when price is ranging, I don't like entering in the last 15 minutes. But when price is breaking outside a zone, that's the perfect area to enter. The last 15 minutes before that hourly candle close, because in 10 minutes can give you 50 pips or more. And in the last 5 minutes before the hourly candle close, it gives you that heavy pullback, because at any given point the hourly candle will need to leave a wick to a certain direction, so the next hourly candle will work based on that wick. That's it.
Let's see. 10 seconds.
Yeah. No, it's rejecting. You know, now it's rejecting.
Yeah.
Now that hourly candle is looking Gucci to the downside, but the wick fill, it will be pretty hard in my opinion, if there's no, you know, if there's not enough momentum in the market. And this is looking like a rejection, not like a wick fill. If it was a wick fill, the body of the candle needs to close bearish, and then a continuation for the, you know, for the wick fill. But this candle is closing with a heavy rejection. Same thing that happened with this one right here. You know,
Yeah.
so this doesn't make sense to give you the wick fill right away. It can give you a pullback first, and the moment price is taking a breather outside this area, then it's going to retest the 45 in no time. So yeah.
Which is the original plan, right? That's what we wanted. We wanted to
Yeah,
sell from the
that's
45
yeah, exactly.
because that will be your lower high, right?
Exactly. Now price, if price is going to the 45, price will need to stay above this rejection. If it's breaking that low, the retest is completed, and then you will have a wick fill on the hourly candle.
I just took a sell here with the
Mm,
wick stop loss 9 pips.
okay. Well, if
The
it's
current
not,
power.
if
I'm anticipating that it made its stop wick already, and it's gonna
uh-huh,
push them now.
okay.
So
If it's
we'll
9
see.
pips, it's okay. Nothing
We'll see.
crazy, right? Yeah. Yeah. Leaving that previous rejection, yeah, it's going downtown. But if it doesn't leave that rejection, it's quite risky for me. And it's only, you know, to the 40, it's only like 20 pips, so you can easily make that 20 pips in no time. But it's risky for me. Something 16. Oh, it's a lot. Unless that hourly candle makes its way to retest below this area and gives you a close below that area. For example,
Yeah, I want to
something like
under the
this.
4-hour
Yeah,
London low.
yeah, something like this, for example.
Yeah.
And then the main
wanna
picture
see
will be this one overall. But you know that you need a closing below this 40, because the retest to the 40 makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. And at the 40, only two things can happen, like a body of the candle closing bearish below this area, then pulling back to this area right here at least, and then giving you the continuation, or something like this in matter of seconds, going to the 40 and rejecting heavily from there, and start just ranging, you know.
Yeah.
So that'll be, you know, that will be the main idea here, having a break below that area, and leaving this one right here will create beautiful drop. Leaving this area will create a beautiful drop.
Yeah, it needs to respect its own high, though.
Yeah, always pay attention to the clock right here, to the counter. 1 minute, 2 minutes. If that drop doesn't happen in the next, let's say in the next 30 seconds, most likely it will give you rejection and can easily close above that support again. And you need to be really careful there. Yeah. Yeah. We need to be really picky when we're looking for those specific moves. We need to be really picky in the market. We don't need to, you know, to start hoping and praying, oh, this needs to happen. No. Market is smart enough to know when people is jumping into those trades. And, you know, the moment the confirmation is happened for someone, is the stop low, somebody else is being stopped.
Yeah.
Let's see, that 5-minute candle has a potential to close like this. So 22. Now max pullback here can be this one overall. This area right here can be the stop. If that 5-minute candle managed to close the way it is, or even lower, because 20 seconds, it makes really nice and easy for the candle to drop a little bit more. I don't want to consider this specific area, this one right here, as a contention, in total honesty. The main contention was this one right here. The nearest contention was this one right here. But if you have to try something, it will be that specific situation there. Well, that closing right there is quite fishy. It's
Yeah,
quite fishy.
agreed.
Yeah, that's the London low, so that's
Yeah.
why I don't like that. It's the London
Yeah.
4-hour low.
That's basically the 50% of the candle. It's roughly, it's not the 50, not completely the 50% of the candle, but yeah, it's still looking more of a rejection. Let me clear these things a little bit more here, so we can see clean price action in here. Yeah,
I think it's gonna break it. I mean,
yeah, it's looking, that's the 45.
there's no I think, but it
Yeah,
looks like it's
and
rejecting.
this is the main areas of rejections. Let me plot the thing again so people can see it. It was somewhere here. Because people love looking at these things. Oops. Something like this. If I had to be picky with that position, it would be something like this overall to retest the daily low. But leaving this previous rejection means that it's taking a breather and we can easily go back to retest the 45. And holding a position for 20 more pips is not fun. Somewhere here, who was the entry? The plan entry. Who was leaving these specific areas here? Yeah.
So Kerwin, you want the current 5 to like close, right? Like you
Closing
want
like a
the current 5 to reject and close bearish, basically.
closing bearish with the body closing below these previous rejections, like having a bearish close. It's still pretty early in the session, and most of the times entering at the beginning of the hourly is quite dangerous. But you want to see a bearish candle like this, and at that point, next one, trying to retest that high and breaking the low. Breaking that low, then you can consider. Remember, I'm not entering in this trade because I want to see price closing this specific area. That's all I want. I'm still holding my position. As a matter of fact, if that candle break that 40, I will consider to close my position because the stop loss that I have currently for that position is 1831.58. 1831, yeah, 1831.82. So if that candle is giving me it's giving me 1 second here, it's giving me that drop. Let me clear this thing so you guys can see it. If that candle is giving me that drop, then I will consider to close my position. Why? Because if that candle is giving me the close, most likely it will create that specific drop below this to retest the daily low and extra 20 pips in here to the downside. So that will give me, less room for that trade to give me a good return. My return is good enough still, but if I see price leaving this area, I know that we can easily go back overall on the daily, go back to the 30 and can take me, can take my runner out from this specific area. So at that point, I'll be closing my position. Yeah. See. I don't know whoever entered. Where was your entry, Gabriel?
I entered Kerwin, I think 1842.5.
1842.5. Okay. Where is your stop loss? Where do you consider
18
your stop loss?
1843.33, a few pips above the 1 hour top wick.
Somewhere here or a little bit higher?
43.33. Well, I'm getting stopped. I got stopped.
Yeah. Yeah. I was about to tell you, if somebody had entries and wanted to hold a little bit longer this trade, it will need a stop loss somewhere here.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't have a stop loss there, and I drew this because I know the price, it's okay for price to come back and retest these areas right here, but no more than that. No more than that. But if price is not respecting this specific area, man, can take you to the 30 to the 45 basically. That's all. And here's the thing: when you're holding a position, you have to be, not that you need to be running your stop loss, whatever, but you have to be willing to risk maybe 3 pips, 4 pips, because you don't do anything, just trying to have a pretty tight stop loss like this, and then later entering again in this area right here, getting a worse entry, you know. So you have to risk it for the biscuit, something like this, for example. And the max is that one right there. If that candle is not respecting that area, man, is about to start leaving these specific reactions, can give you extra 15 pips to the upside. And it's not fun. Yeah, see that position right there.
So Kerwin, we
Yeah.
can see prices clearly rejecting the London low. Would we consider possible buys above 1844? Let's say if this 15
Yeah.
closes below that 44, would be nice a buy there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you need to wait for the body of the candle closing.
Yeah, to close. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Not just a quick push, because remember, these areas
can
rejection
reject,
and these areas rejection. So
Alright.
you need a decent close above that area, because if that candle doesn't give you a decent body closing, then it's just you're becoming a John Wick again, trying to buy this high when price can easily pull back and retest these lows again. So you need mandatory, you will need to wait for the body of the candle to close. No FOMO, you know, not fear of missing out the move. Because selling here, now you get stopped out, then buying here, then price will come back to the, at any given point, price will come back to this level. It will come back. And, you know, it may stop you out as well with the buys if you don't wait for the body of the candle. If you wait for the body of the candle to give you that close, let's say in the next 1 minute, then that means that the 50% of that candle will need to be respected somewhere here, for example. But other than that, can be really, really dangerous if you don't wait for that price to give you that specific move. Like, I'm about to start planning my entries for the sells to retest those lows. Let me see if I can see at least a 1 minute confirmation here.
But if we close right here above 45, I mean, no more sells, right?
Yeah, wouldn't you consider a
Above 45,
4-hour
no.
flip?
No, above 45, no. This is a classic move with the New York session, pulled back to retest the previous hourly candle high. Like I said, and people start planning buys in there if they don't wait for the body of the candle to close. And that can be really dangerous. You need, you know, see 16 minutes for that 5 minute candle closing. See. Let's see how that 5 minute.
You said you're looking for sells there?
Yeah, I'm looking for
Like
sells
you're
there.
hoping price to reject the 45?
No, but I need a closing. See, that 1 minute didn't close above the key level right there. So now this, you know, this will make sense. The 5 minute candle here is trying to take that specific breather outside this area right here. But this is what makes sense. The 5 minute candle going to this area right here, and then not that you need it. I don't like you know, doing this on the 1 minute, because can easily create a lack of discipline from anybody. And, you know, not having a 1 minute candle closing above that 45 makes just plain and simple pullback. But what if at any given point you have a quick push above this area right here, going back to retest the highest of the hourly candle here? But this pullback to the 45 makes perfect sense on the hourly. Here is when people see that beautiful candle. Oh my God, it's beautiful, beautiful. Start buying here without waiting for the body of the candle closing. And at that point, instead of looking for continuation of the move, they start looking the opposite way. And very rare that a 5 minute candle will have a quick push and the next one will blast, and not giving you a pullback. So those are the different scenarios there. And, you know, you'd be surprised how many times price do that at the key levels. If you don't have a body of the candle closing above the key levels, just plain and simple pullback there.
Did you enter, Kerwin?
Damn.
Huh?
Did you enter?
Yeah.
That's crazy. You're a beast.
Yeah. No, but at this
Balls of
point
steel,
now,
like-
now my stop loss first was this one right here, like 16 pips. Now my stop loss is here and my entry is literally there.
Yeah.
But that's the way it is. As you know, as a matter of fact, I'm 10 pips
So-
in profit, so I'm gonna have, you know, I will have my stop loss pretty tight in here.
So my question to that trade is, what kind of trade is that? Are you planning to hold that trade for long? Or are you just like a small scalp
That's what you guys
where you're
call a
trying to get
sniper.
out?
That's what you guys call a sniper entry.
Okay.
But I call it, just market
A
behavior.
Kerwin entry, yeah.
Yeah. Now this
And
candle
I
has
would bet that, oh, I was going to say, I'll bet that you use the 15 seconds chart, I guess, not even 1 minute, but 15 seconds.
No, it's market behavior. Now this 1 minute candle has the ability to retest this high. If it's breaking that high, I will have, I will have to close 50% to avoid the fact of being, with a heavy push to the highest point in here. My entry is right there, 45.07. And if this candle is giving me more than the 44 area break, I know that this area can be retested and can easily give me another push to this area right here. But the 15-minute candle closed like a heavy rejection candle right there. And that the hourly candle makes complete sense to pull back to this area before the continuation. But
Okay, so
if the continuation is there, this area needs to be respected. I don't like pulling the 1 minute because can create a bad habit for you guys.
no,
But
and I understand that. That's very reasonable.
If-
But now my question is, your confirmation for sells, because you didn't even wait for a 1 minute to close bearish.
No,
Your confirmation for sells was the 1 minute closing below the 45.
not only the 1 minute. The confirmation is
Yes.
this hourly candle, the hourly candle, the resistance, confirmation of resistance. I'm okay with the pullback up to the 45, giving me rejection. And at that point, I have to have like a 17 pips stop loss, 16 pips stop loss, but I'm aiming my risk reward is worth it for that specific shot.
Yeah, I see what you're doing there.
And I'm looking for specific things. I'm looking for that body of the candle on the 5, not closing above the key level. It's dangerous. It's quite crazy, but it's a matter of time. You adapt to market conditions, like for example, this candle right here. I don't like how this candle is closing. Let me close 50% just in case, because I'm still holding my buys, and I know that my buys makes a lot of sense still. But this 1 minute, if I had to pull the 1 minute here, this again, this is my main pullback. If that candle is breaking above this area right here and giving me this confirmation that support has been established, I know that I can get stopped out with 0 profits right there. Yeah. But it makes a lot of sense to reject that 45 and continuation. Let me pull the 5 minutes. You guys don't need to see those things. Leave those things for for the crazy ones.
Papa Kerwin.
Yeah.
I think these are little advanced concepts, and that's the way I put it. I look for similar things like you do now, which I wasn't 6 months ago.
Yeah, I got stopped out.
Yeah.
I got stopped out, and yeah, but it will require a lot of discipline. I don't want you guys to be doing that specific things, because it's not worth it. See how I close 50% of my position because I didn't like the closing on that 1 minute. I avoid being stopped out with 0 profits at that point. Yeah. Now it's looking Gucci to the upside.
Yeah, to me, buys still make sense from like a 4-hour perspective daily, to go to 55, I think. I would like that.
Yeah. I like the idea of my runner taking over to the 1855 at least. That runner, man.
Hey, Kerwin, good morning.
Morning, brother. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. What would be the upside target? I reckon 1852 would be better. 1852, 53.
Yeah,
area.
52, 53. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
No problem, bro. Yeah. I just need this 5-minute candle to close outside the key level, and then planning the second for the ones, because I said that I wanted to talk about second structure here for a continuation, right? Second structure currently is this one right here. If price is breaking the first one and closing above the second, makes beautiful move to the upside. It makes perfect sense to the upside. But let's wait till that break happen, until that candle close, until any candle close outside the second structure. Other than that, this area right here still headaches. This area right here still headaches. That's the hourly candle high, basically. This area, The safest and the easiest one will be above this area right here. Other than that, no. That 45 can easily stay, you know, still gives you fake outs there. Oh, good. That closing is good. Still have to deal with the fact that previous rejections are there. 24. Man, no. No. This candle has too much volume for me to consider buys here. I have to do this structure first. It's crazy, but I'm willing to miss that whole move to the upside from now on, from here, from this specific area. Yeah, I'll be willing to miss that move. It's too much. If this candle was maybe 15 pips in volume, I can risk it for the biscuit. But dealing with this specific structure here, the second structure here, risking 22 is basically 1-to-1 risk reward, and I don't like it because I have to deal with this specific area, and having stop loss here is too much. It's too much. It's a shame. It's a shame. Can I plan? Yeah, the 30 minutes is not so promising because like 30 minutes can give me a pullback again. Yeah. No, I'll enjoy the runner instead for now. I don't trust you know, entering here. New 30 can give me a nasty pullback first because it's dealing with a bearish structure still. It's crazy.
Erwin,
Yeah, man.
what I think is that this is difficult situation here we are in right now. If this 30-minute candle closes above the 45 area, would you prefer buys?
Not until the pullback is done yet. If the 30 close somewhere here above the 45 and then a new 30 gives me a pullback and then breaking the high of the 30, yeah, at that point will be easier for, in my opinion.
Okay. Makes sense.
No problem, brother. Nothing crazy happened. For some reason, the spread on my broker is opening crazy. It's opening really wide. But I don't see anything on Forex Factory. Any headlines? There's no headlines on Forex Factory.
Blueberry
Trader's
market has
domain,
only
right?
1 pip.
Yeah.
I got 12 pips on gold, 12 pips. Sorry, 2 pips.
2 pips, yeah.
1 pip, 2 pips. It's always between that.
Yeah.
I entered longs, Kerwin, 1845.3.
Okay.
The break of that support candle that closed above 1845. I entered there, anticipating the continuation and breaking. We'll see.
Yeah. If price is leaving that 46.35, you're good to go. Other than that, can be dangerous.
Yeah, me too. I mean longs too. Let's hope for a big bounce to the upside.
Yeah.
Especially that the 1845 level is.
Yeah.
How are you seeing 1845, Kerwin?
The 45, the way that I see it, I mean, it's not that strong. You know, it's not that strong compared to a 30, to a 40, to a 50. But I know that due to the current market conditions on the hourlies, it can give me headaches as a contention and giving me rejections from there. And this candle closed really nice. But the problem that I have is a new 30-minute candle. And that new 30-minute candle can give me the confirmation that resistance has been established. Like for example, that candle in the next 10 seconds, closing bearish. And then what happened if that candle doesn't close bullish? Is respecting the impulsive breakdown on this candle right here. Now, this is a nothing candle. So what if this candle retests that area and gives me a close like this? At that point, the resistance has been established. A new candle can go up to there and slowly but surely giving me something like this. That's why I don't want to take that position with the first 30-minute closing on the hourly, basically.
Yeah, I got in on buys in the previous 5 minute, but I got stopped out when I did that like 1 minute pullback
On
at like
this one?
1843.
Oh,
But now at this point, I don't like it at all because I can see this. If this 5 minute closes under, then it's just,
yeah,
it's gonna be bad.
yeah.
Because then the 30-minute pullback and yeah.
That's the problem.
Hi, Kerwin.
Hopefully for the give me 1 second, Garrett. For the ones who are holding, hopefully this candle create that bullish push. But it's you see that bitch is doesn't like that 45, man.
I was expecting 820 to push through and go with the open, but it didn't. So I just didn't. I was already break even stop loss. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Garrett.
No, just we're in a delicate situation now. So,
Yes, it's a delicate situation, bro.
we just waiting.
That's the right word to call it. Yeah, it's a delicate situation, bro.
She's not in the mood.
Yeah.
What we
Guys,
need is what we need is Dennis. Dennis here, because Dennis take those sniper entries like a cowboy.
Where's the guy who talked yesterday when we all in the trade? What was his name?
Oh, yeah. When the push happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, his may be here. Yeah, that kind is looking cushy for the ones who are holding.
Yeah, I was just wanna to ask you, is it like my stop loss currently is below this 5 minute candle? Is moving stop to below this one is like stroking the position, not leaving like for it to breathe? Considering this is we have it like here 1845.
Yeah, I mean, where is your entry?
My entry is exactly at 1845, right around here.
Okay,
like
so you're risking roughly, I'll say like 17 pips.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, but keep it there. If you see the price is breaking that bearish candle, like the dodgy one, then close 50% and let the rest run.
Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. It's just that,
I think we're expecting another 30 minutes candles opening very soon. Maybe we're gonna have to have a pullback.
Yeah.
If we don't break the first structure,
Mm-hmm.
we're in a delicate situation.
I'm planning, I'm planning that entry above that second structure. I really like that specific candle there. Having a breakout outside this area.
We're waiting for 5 minutes to close above first structure.
Yeah.
Because our target for today, Kerwin, was always 1850, 1852,
Yes.
So now it's just confirming that target that it might be pushing for it.
Yeah. 2 minutes for that 30-minute candle. Just a beautiful candle there.
Kerwin, how are you?
Good, brother, and you?
Good, I'm fine.
Awesome.
Kerwin, I have just a small question. That pink lines that you put it, is it for the pullbacks?
So yeah, to consider max pullbacks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like a new 30-minute candle, for example, max pullback can be this one right here. But if it's breaking that thing and not stopping in this 44 area, it can go down.
It's going down. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
No problem, bro. It's looking Gucci, man. It's looking Gucci. Problem here is that it's fishy because it's a new 30-minute candle about to open, but that candle was looking really nice and easy to the upside. 8 seconds. Hopefully I have a pullback first and then a candle breaking that 47, at least to give me that push to the 50. Well, yeah, if this candle pulls back to the low of this candle and all of a sudden it's breaking its own high, I will go for it. And I'll be using the low of the candle when this low is happening. Let's say that low is pulling back to that 45, then I will use this specific stop loss there, like maybe 17 pips. And I need that push ASAP, no matter what.
Hi, Kerwin.
Hey, Ben, how are you, bro?
I have a question. When we are adding positions, should we use same stop loss or we can trail a stop loss for the next candle?
When you're adding positions, you mean when you already secure partials on the previous one?
No, I still like if I didn't secure anything.
Then I would say use maybe depending where are you adding positions, but if you're adding positions, always add less than what you have in the main entry. Like when you're adding positions to a winning trade, you want to add a little bit less than the previous one, less than like for example, if you use a standard in the first position, then use 75% in the second entry, depending the stop loss. Because if you use the same stop loss and you use the same position, all of a sudden price can reverse, stop you out on the second position, and all the profits from the first position they're gonna get wiped out.
Yes, true.
Yeah. So you need to, when you add in position, you add less. Unless you're holding two positions, then you can add maybe the same, like the first position is one standard, the second position is 50 cents, then the third position can be 50 cents as well.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's dangerous situation here. Let's see that pullback.
Yeah, it's still respecting that 7 a.m. like wick high.
Yeah.
Which I don't like that.
Yeah.
Which is a secondary structure like on the 5 minute.
Yeah. My runner is 196 pips in profit. Oh shit. That's okay. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Pay attention to the clock right here. This area is your contention right here. Not that you need to enter here because it's not the idea. What you need is, when you need is price respecting that 45, and giving you a quick rejection from there. But if it's not giving you a reaction and it's is respecting the high and most likely breaking the low, then it's just pure range and can be dangerous. Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, that 5 minutes about to close bearish. Yeah, I don't like it. Uh, 15 is doing nasty pullback in that 30-minute candle. Hopefully that 30-minute candle doesn't end side by side with the other one, because if not, then it's a mess. Yeah. See.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, that's not fun.
We're back to sales.
Or back to range.
Yeah,
not
man,
to sell,
sucks.
but back to range. Yeah.
Suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only other thing I was thinking is that today's Friday, so it may just want to make like it already made the weekly low wick.
Yeah.
The weekly high wick might be in, and it might just end somewhere in the 40s to 45 somewhere.
Yeah. The daily candle can easily close the way it is.
This is Friday. It's going to be a late move.
Yeah. that's the thing as well. If you wait long enough until maybe 9:30, then you get the chance that it is a safer and easier move, a steady move, instead of dealing with these pullbacks here and there.
People, I mean, you got to think about it now, right? People starting to clear their books out that don't want to take risk home for the weekend, right? So it gets a little messy now, and then it starts to lighten up a little bit later. Moves start to then trail.
Yeah. Oh, take care, Gabriel. Ay, ay, ay. Wow. That hourly candle looks like sheets. Question, Carly. Hey, Kerwin, do you how much percent do you aim per week month with what risk per trade? On a daily basis, I'm looking for 1 to 3. Weekly, I don't have a certain goal. But if I can, if I can make 10% weekly, that's awesome. If I can make 20% monthly, even better. But that's a realistic goal. I know that I can do whatever number. Sometimes you get lucky and you can do maybe 50. You can make 60 monthly, and and risking less, because the main idea is risking less to gain more, like letting those trades run for 200, 300 pips sometimes, and that can give you a 2% per trade per runner, plus the one that you already secured. So if you have, let's say, a 5-6 bankers of those, on a monthly, you already know. Yeah. That's a massive rejection, man. Freaking hell.
Hey, Kerry.
Hey, brother.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. It's a Friday and it's the best day for the newbie and those are new to the KTR. Our family to ask questions. Well, I can see the Zoom. Some people are the first day for the Zoom session today. And you might as well need to advise them to go back to the for the videos to watch, refreshers as well.
Yeah.
And that might be a good idea for them to go through. There were plenty of good videos in the drive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
some of them,
yeah, that's a good advice as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just want to say, Gary, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
That was pretty good at Excel that you made. Was it 3 weeks ago? Didn't have a chance to say thank you. It was a really good one.
Oh, no worries. It's again, it's just to give people an idea. It's not meant to be like, oh God, I'm gonna get rich tomorrow. It's like slow and steady wins the race. So hopefully that's what you took from it.
Yeah, cheers, man. I really just relying them on Adam a lot, but it was very good anyway. I'll share with you later.
Yeah, it's just to give sense of people, taking 2% risk, and if once you become consistent, the funds take care of themselves.
Pretty good, yeah.
Thank you, though. I appreciate that, brother.
No worries, man. Thank you, bro.
Okay, Samin is his first day here. He wants to know how I do take the key levels from higher time frame to lower time frames. And the weekly outlooks and the daily outlooks as well. as well the gold webinars that I have on Vimeo. I talk about specific areas of rejections and I look for main key levels, like for example, this one right here, the 50, the 1800, those are the main key levels for the weekly. These 1900s, basically this one right here. But overall, what I look on a weekly basis is price moving in ranges of $50 or more. So going from the dailies, if I have this daily candle here is respecting the 50, the main problem here is previous rejection from the 50 and the key level being strong, you know, to hold that specific move. Moving to the 4-hour candles here, I can easily grab price where the price is ranging. In this case, is ranging from the 40 to the 50. So therefore, that's my range. The target breaking that specific 40, you know, the target make complete sense. To the 30s, a little bit lower, you know, the 30s somewhere there, and that's based on previous rejections from the left-hand side. On the dailies, you have rejection, 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 across the board rejections from the 30s there. Now, I know that price not giving me a consistent close below that 40. I don't have any business aiming for that 30, right? But the hourly candles, then you can move to the hourly candles and what the hourly candles are doing in this specific area. Well, that candle give you the resistance, confirmation resistance, heavy pullback, which it tends to happen on the lower time frame. Not so easy on the hourly, but it tends to happen on the lower time frame. Like the 5 minutes is pretty easy for price drive 20 pips to a previous 5-minute candle high and reverse. This in this case right here is more than that. This hourly candle, when that candle opened, move price almost 60 pips in volume to retest that previous hourly candle high. If this is a valid retest to the confirmation candle and that candle start breaking the previous low right here, which is the 41, most likely will retest the 40 and it will give you a 5-minute candle body closing below the 40, making it quite easy to retest this previous area, which is the daily low. If the daily low is not being respected, then we have an extra 20 pips to the downside in most cases. Therefore, you can easily use the 40. The moment price is closing below the 40, you can easily use the 41 as a possible contention area, 41.50 basically to be safe. So from there, having a body of the candle closing below the 40 make it quite easy to understand. Okay, we're heading down. If that candle already retested that high on the confirmation of the resistance, then it makes quite easy job on any other day than Friday. Fridays are a bit tricky, especially today because the daily candle is just plain and simple range. You can see here, the body of that candle is plain and simple range. Anything can happen, like price going back below the 40, reject and start closing, going back above the 45 and reject and start, you know, just ranging. The main idea here is depending how this hourly candle close. This is the one who's gonna give it the 4-hour candle, the closing. Now, this 4-hour candle, can this 4-hour candle close like this? Or can this 4-hour candle close below this area? So a new 4-hour candle pull back to 141 and heading toward that 1830, or this 4-hour candle in the last 15 minutes before that 4-hour candle close will take a massive move, closing bullish, so the new 4-hour candle will take over to retest this area. If that's the case, if this candle in the last 15 minutes is pulling liquidity from there and closing heavy bullish, then that means that we're heading up from now on. It can be, you know, one of the easiest trades, because at that point the 4-hour candle is pulling liquidity and can take you in no time to the 50 and break the 50. So making the daily candle grabbing liquidity from this area, which is the main idea. This is your support and this is the confirmation of support. If it's having so much troubles to break the low of this candle right here and taking a breather in closing bullish, most likely this is a valid liquidity, this is a valid liquidity, and we're heading toward the target that we want for today, which is the 53 area. You know, to be sensible, this is the target that I would love to have, you know, this area right here. But that will depend on how the 4-hour candle close and how the 4-hour candle behave in the last 15 minutes. That, you know, that's from bottom to top, from top to bottom basically. And you know, these candles right here are just having so much issues in this specific area. This is the area of contention, And this candle, why going back to retest this area and see how this candle is pulling that pushing that specific move, and basically in the last 15 minutes before that 4-hour candle close. If that 15-minute candle makes its way above this area, man, it will be a massive move to the upside. And at that point, the 4-hour candle, the confirmation that remember, the confirmation on the 4-hour is stronger than a confirmation on the hourly candle. Right? So if the hourly candle gave you rejection, but the 4-hour candle is giving you a rejection as well, that makes complete sense that whoever wins is the 4-hour candle. This one right here is the one who's going to win the battle right here. At this point, the 4-hour candle rejected heavily, the 4-hour candle a couple times, and now we're heading up. If this 4-hour candle in the last 15 minutes is taking a push outside this area right here on his own high, that means that the hourly candle is breaking the confirmation candle. The confirmation candle is this one. If price is breaking above this area, it makes so easy to look for that specific continuation, because at that point you have the confirmation that the 4-hour candle is rejecting a low, the confirmation that the daily candle from yesterday, which is the continuation, what you need right here, this one right here, is your confirmation that support is beautiful. This candle right here is your support, and this is the confirmation. So if the confirmation of support was retested partially and not respecting the high with New York volume, can give you a steady move to the upside. At that point, the hourly candle will be looking beautiful to the upside, and a new hourly candle can just pull back a little bit more to a certain key level. In this case, maybe the 40-45 in here, somewhere here, and giving you that a straight push to the upside. But there's a lot of things to use as a confluence, but I will say, if you do the same over and over again, the one you need to trust is the daily candle. The daily candle. At this point, daily candle is just ranging. But what if that daily candle, instead of ranging, the 4-hour candle gives the continuation of this candle? One second here, like with this one right here. Instead of just ranging, the 4-hour candle it managed to do something like this on the daily in the last 14 minutes. There's 14 minutes for this 4-hour candle. So if in the last 14 minutes that candle takes a move from this area to this area and gives you that specific body, then a new 4-hour candle, small pullback, and at that point that daily candle will be looking like this. And you don't care if that daily candle goes up to here and all of a sudden it's giving you something like this, but you got the idea from here to here was an easy job. But this is a lot of things to consider. 4 hours, 30 minutes, hourly candles, and usually the best confirmation is the daily. The problem here is Friday, and Fridays we know that Fridays can be tough to trade sometimes. Yes, it's a mess. Look at this rejection, man. This is crazy rejection there. Crazy rejection.
We don't trade other assets here, but that's when you see this in one asset, it's typically the money's in another asset.
Yeah. It's a Friday to cash out.
Yeah, this is the type of day where when you're newer and you keep just trying to buy and sell and it just you keep losing and you think it's gonna break out.
Yeah.
I've been there, so if you're unsure, just don't trade. I already took 2 shots today with buys. It both time got stopped out break even because I put it to break even right away because I just knew it was gonna be like this, but I used my bullets, so my gun's empty, No more bullets.
Yeah. Yeah.
I may try one more if I like it, but at this point it's
must be a 90% chance, right?
Yeah, like I want a very high
50-50 trade.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If I had to try 3 times in a row, losing the first 2, the third one, I better make sure that the third one is gonna be a 90% chance trade.
Yeah, both of them were kind of more 50-50 that I took, and both were break even, so I don't care. It's just commission lost. But at this point, I don't want to take another one unless it's like super clear, because now it's just range. So
yeah. Let's see range. Wow. Yeah, but that hourly candle still have some juice to the upside to close bullish. And this one mean your support. But it's a range. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Kerwin, to take a look at those equal tops at the top there, man. That looks like a clean sell trap, don't you think?
These candles? These
So,
two?
no, the highest point we hit yesterday and the highest point today. It looks like it's obvious to sell, but I think that's why we should buy.
Yeah, that's a good analysis there. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree.
Good theory.
Yeah, good theory. Yeah. Nah, I mean, yeah, but my bias still biased unless price is breaking that 1840. It may happen that it may break the 1840, whatever, last minute. But if that forever, if any hourly candle, 4-hour candles are not giving me that confirmation breaking that 40, I don't have any business looking for sales today. No. You know, the risk being in sales compared to being in buys is I would say 70% risk looking for sales, maybe 30%, because if you buy the top, you buy the bottom of the range, you may have 20 pips in a stop loss, whatever, using the 40 as a possible stop loss, and there's a higher chance for price going back to retest the 50 than closing below the 40. You know what I mean? For example, because market is options, market is probabilities. So probabilities are that taking loans from this specific area, using this area as a possible contention, is easier to picture something like this than picturing something, let's say like this. There's a higher chance of getting stopped out using something like this than using the opposite. You know what I mean? Price can easily retest this area and retest this area, but retesting this area, the way the market is behaving right now with that 4-hour candle is dangerous. That's all. I'm not telling you to buy, by the way. No. Just chill. Let price do his thing. Today may be the day that you guys can ask questions and all the stuff. Learn.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Do you see any pattern? I know we trade on probabilities of price action, but do you see the pattern of in the downward triangle? What do you say? I forgot the name.
Oh, the wedge pattern.
Wedge.
Or man.
Wedge pattern. Downward wedge pattern.
Well,
a descending triangle.
Yeah, descending triangle. Yeah, thank you, Gabriel.
Gary. I don't know I mean, you can grab this piece of information here. I don't know if that's the way you see it.
That's an ascending triangle.
So what you need is a break, push, right? That's the main thing in here. Also, if you grab this piece of information here, and let's say you want to consider, the top of the, I don't want to confuse you guys using this type of stuff, but like for example, this, and then this.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Channel.
That's the thing. Yeah. Exactly.
That's a flag pattern. Basically, it means the price is going to break to the top and continue up. But again, don't rest your laurels on it. It works until it doesn't.
Kerwin, some people in the chat were asking, because we were talking like how it's 50-50 right now. They're asking what a 90% looks like a high probability trade. I don't know if
what a high probability trade look like.
Okay. Yesterday's, I guess.
Yeah, like yesterday. I mean,
a break and retest, right?
Yeah, like for example, if considering this specific, well, let me not delete this information. Considering this specific scenario here, oh, all of a sudden I thought that the prices stopped. So considering this scenario, a higher probability trade will be a long position even at this specific area. This This is a high probability trade. This is a high probability trade. Leaving this specific area, aiming for 20 pips to the upside is a high probability trade. Now, a risky trade, even though it's Friday, and Friday tends to happen that it gets you know, a good risk reward. Something smelling like this can be another one, right? To the downside. But remember, to the downside, it will be a little bit riskier. This can be not a high probability. If the trades to the upside are maybe 80% chances to play out, this trade may be 60% chance, 70% chance, the most, that this trade will pay out. Why? Because at that point, you're thinking that a weekly candle in last minute in the session will create that massive rejection and closing like a rejection candle, the same thing that this candle did, basically. The same thing that this candle did. So this is not so easy. Selling gold is not so easy unless you have momentum in the market. How do you get momentum, and how can you spot momentum in the market? The 5-minute candles will create a not top wick and giving you a steady continuation. Let me give you this one. Like, for example, the candles, let's say closing, and that happens not on a daily basis as well. And especially on Friday, you don't get so easy momentum trading against a bullish candle and trading against a daily candle. Like, momentum will be something like this. The size of the candle is really important. Okay, candle driving price in here, and then a next candle just opening with not top wick, and then a next one little to not top wick. That's how you spot that you can get an easy trade. Other than that, can be dangerous. To the downside can be dangerous.
Look at the current 1 hour, Kerwin. A top wick rejecting. It's about to flip bearish.
3 more minutes for that 4 hour candle, basically. Close.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah. Do we really have that momentum for that specific trade to play out or not? In total honesty, I don't like it. I don't like sales unless it's, I mean, even if it gives me at this point, even if it's giving me a 40, a candle closing below the 40, it won't be worth it for me unless it's an impulsive trade and I'm maybe just planning to take a 15, 20 pips impulsive, and at that point will be a crazy move, you know, like having a impulsive trade below this specific area. Boom, going to the downside, aiming for this target, but closing ASAP. But it's a risky one. It's risky. I mean, looking for sales today is risky. That 4 hour candle is basically the same way it was this morning. Trading at the 42 area, 43. In this area. It's not worth it. Total honesty, no. You guys do whatever you want. If you see price closing below this area, give it a try. But I don't want to go to the process of risking anything here. dangerous, man. 20, 14. Not even an impulsive entry from here is worth it. 15 pips only. Use the marker step by step onto the entries. Sometimes it's difficult. Breaking close below 4-hour candle can go for South Carolina, bro. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you can try. You can try. But the break of this area right here is the one that you need to pay attention on.
See, the only issue, like, so we close bearish the 1 hour even, which is very weak, but 4-hour close bearish. But the only issue is like the 30 close still, like the body's still like within the candles, within the low of London. Like it's still just a range. It
Yeah.
looks strong, but it's to
Yeah.
get people into sells. I don't know. I don't know. I was thinking of sells too. I just
Yeah.
there's not enough for me to like it. Like
For
I
me, it's hard when I see candles like this, like barcodes one side by side. It means that we don't have bearish pressure, we don't have bullish pressure. So can give you 10 pips, 20 pips, but it's hard. It's really hard. The lower, if you have to trust the lower time frame, that's the one that you need to take as a possible trade right there. That candle. That one right there with the stop loss like this, aiming at least for something like this.
yeah, it may work here, but I just don't like it enough.
Yeah.
As I say that, it's gonna go.
Yeah. But it's console. Now it's console. Breaking that 40. Yeah.
But there was nothing there for me that would show that play earlier. Oh, this is, look at
No,
that.
no, it's not. It's not. There's no confirmation. It's just impulsive. 10, 15
yeah.
pips and done. See, those rejections are nasty.
Yeah, that's the 4-hour. If you look at the 4-hour, all those wicks from yesterday too. It's just
yeah,
nasty there. And I find like, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, when those moves are short-lived like this, it's crazy. Like in matter of seconds, just goes in and that's it. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just gonna say more of a psychology thing is like, especially on a Friday, but just on any day, because some days it's just like this too, where it's messy. And if you come to the chart with a bias, like I came with a bias today of buys, I was hoping for continuation. But if you come with a bias and then you constantly are changing it because the market moves one way and you think, oh wait, maybe it sells now. And then you see it push up and you're like, wait, no, buys make sense now. And if you start thinking like that and you're in your head like that, that's the best to just call it a day after that. Like I'm already at that point where it doesn't make sense either way anymore. So I'm just watching for fun, staying in the chat, but I don't like anything at all.
Yeah.
Oh, Kevin, it just reminded me on the 4 hours. If you can switch, please. Do you have time, or do you want to get into a trade?
No, that I'm looking at the current 5-minute to give you guys the signal. If that 5-minute candle close below the 40, all you want to see is continuation in the body of that candle closing strong below that 40. If anybody wants to give it a try, if it's your first trade, whatever, it's a risky one, but if you want to give it a try, closing below that 40 will give you the option, and then price can pull back to the 41.50 somewhere here, no more than that. If you want to give it a try toward this area, to this specific area, but you need that body of the candle closing below that 40. Impulsive entry, breaking like that candle closing, let's say bearish below this area, and then the next one pulling back and breaking that low, you can take it impulsive. But other than that, no, it's just a hell of a risky trade right there. Yeah, go ahead, brother. Hello?
Like talking on, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
On the 4 hours, as you are like talking about sales, I was like looking at the 4 hours. If you can switch please to the 4 hour time frames, it's a hell of a mess to short. To me, at least, it's quite messy to short around this messy area. Like a lot, there are like a lot of wicks here,
Yes.
and you're basically aiming for as you said, like 1837, somewhere around here. Why like assume the risk, and it's Friday, and yesterday we had like this big bump, and like Uncle Ted used to say, if we have like a day where we have like a big bump, the next day probably we won't have like a continuation of that bump. We'll more likely we will have like a breather for price.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, are you considering for yourself that trade, that sell, or you just chilling and maybe see what price will do?
For me, is pure garbage. Right now, price action is garbage. That 5-minute candle, after creating that drop to the 40, made complete sense to close below the 40, right? Now, remember what happened yesterday? A crazy rejection in no time, 1 minute, just grabbing liquidity and going all the way up. And since then, we didn't see price again to retest those lows. But today is quite different because in the 4-hour candles here, this is a messy area. This is a messy range. So you may don't see that easy push, today. It's messy. 30-minute candle, give you the confirmation resistance. This candle just created that liquidity here. So I say it's messy. And Fridays, man, can be freaking dangerous sometimes. Fridays are those days that you can easily blow your profits from the whole week of great work, hoping for something that may not be there. Those are, it is dangerous. I'm telling you, it's dangerous. Trading on Fridays is dangerous, especially when price is looking like this. It's garbage. It's pure garbage. But whatever you decide, if you have to play the range, or you want to stay out and not doing anything until Monday, maybe Sunday. Having a confirmation from today, I'd rather trade Sunday than trading something like this. That can be depressing. And you see the daily candle still there. It's just, hanging around, creating that crazy range. It's dangerous. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Forever created that resistance there. This one already broke the low, but it's still trading in the range. Hourly candle looks like hell. 30 minutes, 15 minutes there. 5-minute candle.
Today's learning to not trade day.
Yeah, definitely.
I think like what Gary said, people are just taking off their positions and whatnot, so it's going to keep spiking. That spike was somebody just closing something,
Yes.
And then somebody pushes it back up there. Yeah, so there definitely could be a later move, like 12 or 1 or 2 or 3 even.
Yeah.
Eastern time. So
yeah, later may have a steady, like less volume but steady moves. Let's see, 9:30. Oh. This is a massive range.
Hey, Kerwin, have you ever been in like a losing streak?
Yeah.
And how did you rebound from it, like technically and also psychologically?
Psychologically, it's pretty easy for me. Because I know that I'm doing good. I'm doing a good work on a daily basis. So having maybe 2-3 days losing streak, it can be sensible, but at the same time, I go back to my charts and I'm start like of what time this trade happened, why this move didn't play out. And in most cases, based on my journal, is because that day we didn't have volume. We had maybe fundamentals, and the fundamentals they were not aligned with the price action. But in total honesty, when you have a strategy that you know that works on a daily basis, you stick to the plan of looking for exactly the same thing over and over again. And there may be like when algorithms, you know, that some algorithms are really good and they had losing streaks, and if the whoever is the guy who's programming those algorithms, they can take you know, empty accounts. They can empty an account that was doing great in a monthly basis, but as well, that happens with us as traders. We may have 1, 2, 3, maybe a whole week of losing streak. It can be dangerous if you haven't trade long enough that you know that your stuff works to perfection, that your stuff, yeah, you get stopped out here and there. That doesn't mean that if you stick to your plan, that has to work. There's gonna be days that a random news happen and it goes a certain way and stopped you out. And then you try to enter later on with a confirmation, with another confirmation on price action, and you get stopped out as well. And you say, well, you know, I need to step out today because market is not for me today. But you need to understand when the market is good and when the market is not a good idea to be, you know, to be jumping in one thing or another. Also, when I'm having losing days is because most likely I was trying to force a trade that I was in profits at some point, maybe 15, 20 pips, but I married the idea of holding that trade a little bit longer. Then I get stopped out. And then I know, well, I could have done something better at this point, like securing at least 50% if I saw this 1 minute candle pulling back to my entry. But those are the different things. Now, if you're having maybe a losing month, like every trade that you take is a losing trade, then you need to step out from trading, start, you know, back testing, start planning for the long run and saying, well, why is that every time that I enter in a trade, I get stopped out? Or maybe because my stop loss was pretty tight. So instead of using a 10, 20 pip stop loss, if my bias is bullish or bearish, why not using, you know, a 50 pip stop loss? But I'm looking for a 1 to 2 at least, like 100 pips in return. And that's why sometimes when I get stopped out is because I let the trade breathe too much. And I go maybe 20, 30 pips, I don't secure anything, then the trade pull back to me. And instead of having a precise stop loss, the 15 pips, or maybe the stop loss at the low of the candle, then I'm using a 20 pips or maybe 25 pips stop loss. And instead of closing the entire position, I close 50% and I let the rest of the trade run. It goes in profits, come back, goes in profits, come back, and stay like that, you know, for a long time. But there's plenty different scenarios that can give you losing weeks, losing days, and most likely it's because your stop loss. In most cases, it's because the stop loss is pretty tight, not because the analysis is not good enough. I receive messages DM from people saying, "Man, I'm having losses," and I told them, well, let me know where are your entries, at what time are your entry. Oh, most of the times they're entering at the opening of the hourly because it's FOMO. They saw a hourly candle that is closing heavy bullish. Immediately they jump into the trade, and guess what? A new hourly candle will need to do a certain pullback to the previous hourly candle before the continuation. So why not waiting for the pullback and then entering in that specific trade? Why entering at the very beginning of the hourly? It's dangerous, but everything has a solution. The people who lose and they don't correct their issue is because, one, they don't have discipline, or two, they don't have a journal. They don't know what they're doing. They don't pay attention. They just have too much money in their pockets that they don't care. You know, my market can take it all. You know, I can easily be feeding the market my entire life, you know, and that's not the way. If you're losing, go to your books. I took that trade. This losing trade was because I took that trade at the very beginning of the hourly. I took this trade because I was trying to force a trade. I lost this trade because I was trying to trade inside a range on the 4-hour candles or on the hourly candles. I took this loss because I was over risking and I put too much risk on that trade, and the moment was pulling back to my entry, maybe 8 pips, 5 pips, I closed the position. And then later on, price was moving my direction, and then I started jumping into another trade using the same lot size, over risking again and pulling back to my entry instead of holding a certain position, right? So there's many things in trading that can give you, that can give you headaches, that can give you a bad losing streak. It's crazy. Yeah, journaling skill for beginners. Trust. That's the only way that you will notice your errors. Like, for example, if I had to jump into the trade, it was somewhere here, the opening, I will try to avoid jumping into that trade because it's the hour candle opening. It can give you a pullback here and then a continuation. Why not waiting for pullback first and then the continuation? Like the 4-hour candle here, jumping into that trade specifically, the option is going to this area, but you don't marry the idea that 4-hour candle will go to the downside without having a confirmation. The confirmation will happen with the body of the candle closing below this area, or at least body closing below this area. So the next one, pull back and continuation. But if you're just jumping impulsive in this area, your option. Risking 15 pips, maybe 15 to get 14, and that's it. You need to close ASAP. Yeah. This is current market situation here. This is the 45. I don't need this key level anymore. All I need is this one and this one right here from the bottom area. And this is your current range. That one right there. That's your current range. Anything that can close bullish outside this area, pull back to the top of this range and continuation. Anything that can close bearish below this range, pull back and continuation. Okay.
Yeah, I was just showing it's just essentially a mess because every 4-hour candle is getting smaller and smaller within each other.
Yeah.
And even if this one, like, it did break a little bit below the London and pre-New York 4-hour, but then the Asian low is right there too. So yeah, you can get 30, 40 pips maybe, but they're all within each other getting smaller and smaller. So it's a mess.
Yeah. Oh, take care, Luis Angel. Enjoy, brother.
These are the days the Forex Instagram gurus don't like because they can't take a buy and they can't take a buy and a sell and show a big profit with whatever one goes.
Or maybe they want to promote with 100 pips and the magic keys thing, and they get 10 and that's it.
Signal buy, signal sell, signal buy, signal sell.
Yeah.
People only promote their good shit. You could find if you did run an algo on it to figure out on range trading days versus days when the market trends.
Yeah,
There'll be no posts on the gram on days when the market's in a range because folks are down.
yeah.
Yeah, it's very rare for those guys to show losses.
Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
that's how you know you can't trust them.
They
I mean,
don't.
everybody
Yeah.
loses.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm gonna head out. That's a lie. I'm saying. So yeah, I'm gonna close the streaming right now. So see you guys on Sunday. That's a lie.
Thank you, my friend.
All right, brother.
Kevin.
Have a good week.
Close off.
Thanks, man. Have
Don't
a good
open,
weekend
don't
for
open
you
new
all.
accounts in the
Sure.
evening.
Bye-bye.
Every time that I close the stream and market start moving.
It's a signal, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. 10 minutes for that 30-minute candle closing. And it's still messy.
Man, it's so funny. Once you said like I'm gonna head out, like the numbers of people went down like 20 people like on the spot.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It was 150 something, around 160. Now it's 138.
Oh wow.
They were waiting for you to say it.
And now when you guys are showing those 50, 60 pips on sales on gold, then they will be like, oh, how did they took that sell? Nah, but it's strange. It's messy. Not leaving that 41 is dangerous. Not leaving these specific areas dangerous. And this 43 is pretty tight range. 20.
Like
Good
Keith
morning,
said in the
Kevin.
chat that they got faked out.
Yeah.
Hello, Kerwin.
Hey, how are you, man?
Yeah, fine. Thank you. How are you?
Good, brother.
Yeah, Kerwin, I have some questions because of my psychology is very difficult problem because you know, if I see in the market is fast moving, I'm putting enter. You know, so sometimes I feel like sometimes I got the profit, sometimes I got the profit maybe 10 pips and like that is more profit I took that time. So my mind is inside that moments is there. That's why I looking the chart. If I see the big movement is breaking the 5-minute high or something is fast moving, I feel okay, the miss move, and I have to enter from there. So like that, I didn't check that back end. No, after I enter that one, I'm checking, okay, why I put it this one, why I putting this one like that. So sometimes I feel London section, sometimes I took profit also, big profit, but after I took that one big loss also because so many people took the trade from London and take profit, and that movement is main key level and breaking like that. I also checking that time only. I didn't take any. My mind is inside. I don't want to take that order. You know, if I move big one, okay, main key level only I took the trade, but I just checking the London only, just checking that one, the movements. But I cannot control that one. That time I enter the trade and lows, and then after coming NY section, and again I'm trying because I'm recovering loss.
Yeah, when you're entering the fast moves, be careful. Most of the times the fast moves is for market to fake you out. And if those fast moves are against a previous a higher time frame confirmation, even worse. Yeah. So like if a daily is looking strong bullish and you have a fast move to the downside, instead of being a continuation of that move that you can consider, it's just price pulling back to grab liquidity, and from there is just a plain and simple continuation. But yeah, I mean, London is quite dangerous because you don't have enough information. Yeah, New York is easier, to be honest. To trade New York is easier.
So sometimes I'm putting order in top of that one. I thinking, okay, this is going to again up, because I waiting, because I seen the market is moving is from down, and you telling that, and this one is breaking like that. But I'm not putting the order because I'm waiting. Okay, just to go up. Yeah. Last final, I'm putting order and coming reject and come down. Then you maybe you take it 10 pips also already secure or something, but I lost that one. That's I coming back because I don't have confidence that time, particular time. After I reaching the TP or something, other people, I get the confidence because it's slow, you know. Feel slow because I don't know what I have to do, because so many, because before yesterday I seen so many people took buy from
the
downside. Yeah. So many people are talking because you telling, and or you already told this one, this one, and the streaming, and you planning to only sell like that, because I am also waiting for the buyers on sell and everything. I'm checking on, but so many people are from buy from down. He took 100 pips and everything, and because I close loss because I already took sell, and just maybe 2-3 pips and break even and close that one. And one order small is a runner, that one also loss, and that one also stop loss it, like that.
How much stop loss are you using currently?
Currently, and 20 pips.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Having a 20 pip stop loss in
But
average market
I'm
condition
most of
will give you
time
the option.
most of time if I go profit, I'm making the that stop loss, making the break even, or just keeping the profit. Most of time that one is closing that one, because the rejection is coming. I don't get that much because 300 make it 30 pips or something like that is going up, because I'm waiting. I'm keeping a 10 or something stop loss. I don't close anything because I'm waiting for that one. Maybe 400 like that is going. Sometimes it I happen like that. So I feel like that. So I stop loss is keeping the profit, but it's 100 points. So after is just or maybe 5 minutes or next 5 minutes is coming back and reject and hit that stop. Yes, that one.
Yeah, it's
most of times happen like that.
Yeah, sometimes it's dangerous. Like like today is dangerous taking trades. This range is not giving options, not to the downside, not to the upside. So, it's crazy.
No, I don't get that one. This how ender from down bottom. So many people are selling from top, and so many from down. What is I don't get that idea how
it will happen. With time you will notice market behavior.
Because I seen some putting an order of the 1 minute or 5 minute top of the ender. Because I feel how you people are taking that from there, because what is the information from, because we are all planning to buy, because this if I break that one, it is going up. Because we planning for all buy and higher time frame, all everything is buy and everything, but it took the trade and maybe 100 pips and like that. So before yesterday also I seen some mini also that Kadir also took this buy from downside. That time I know that is 2 days before or something.
Yeah, I mean,
Because,
it will come from time. It will take some time, in total honesty.
I always say psychology, most psychology is a function of discipline and time in the chart. Because you think it's psychology, you're fearful, but it's because there's a lack of knowledge and it takes time to gather that. So you got to be patient with yourself. Zara will probably talk a little bit more about that stuff because that's his domain. But I found over time that when I feel unconfident, you know, when I'm not feeling, I mean, you always are a little apprehensive when you take a trade. You're like, well, this could be a win or lose, but the confidence comes with the reps and honestly discipline. So if you create some, that's why people create trade plans. Repeat, 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 repeat. You see it doesn't work, then you need to change. Something starts working, you get a little bit of consistency, the confidence goes up. But it's just about reps.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Yeah, I find it also true what Gary is saying, and you have to make certain rules for yourselves. If you follow your rules, what all those
I have
great
to
guys say
plan
is
and make a
follow
trading
your
plan
plan.
like that. Yeah.
For instance, one plan is just show up in the New York session, and because for me, yeah, personally, it's the biggest volume. And then yeah, just follow what Kerwin say, and yeah, it takes time. For me, I've been here, I think 1 month or something, and yeah, just now I just realize
trade is gone.
what I have to do and things, you know.
That trade is gone. So
bye bye.
Dropping.
There it goes. Let's go. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Just follow the rules. Just follow your rules and write down
I close my
your rules.
runner. I close my runner. I don't like this. This thing it will go down.
Yeah, this is God. Gonzo.
Okay,
good morning, good afternoon, guys.
Morning, sir. How are you, brother?
I'm good, just listening in. Nace, just to add, it sounds like you're looking too much at other people's results and moves, and you have to really, you know, learn this craft at your own pace. And so one thing I'd advise you to do is probably stop looking at other people's, you know, profits and big moves, because you've got to take it a lot slower. Otherwise, you're going to be just messing up.
Yeah. Okay.
But,
okay. Thank you, sir.
We're planning to have a psychology webinar. Hopefully, Gary will be.
Yeah, better for this one. I think is I need this one because
we can cover things like that. And
just
Kevin,
don't beat yourself up and be. I mean, you got to understand it's a process. Don't beat yourself up. Know that you didn't learn how to ride a bike the first day. Maybe you did, but you were in university. It took you differential equations. Took you how long to understand? Right? This stuff is not easy. It's there's a little bit of calculus involved. So just take your time.
Yeah, I'll just add one thing. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Kerwin.
No. I was thinking of having a position there, and I closed my runner here because I didn't like this drop. But something that I want to see, basically, it's something like this. Aiming for this target can be dangerous though, because this candle is pulling back from those lows and it's about to break its own high. But the candle that did the pullback here is basically this specific candle here. This candle right here. That's the opening. So max pullback is that one over there. If you want to consider something, it's quite dangerous because the timing is NYSE. So if you don't wait for the 5-minute candle from NYSE to close to give you that confirmation, is dangerous. But I'm looking for something like this, for example. If I had to give it a try, I closed my runner, the one that I had like 100 something pips running. Because now it's looking like it's heading downtown. From this area basically is nothing, not even 20 pips. This area right here, up to this area, 13 pips. But it's a matter of waiting for that closing on that candle right there. It's 1 minute, and the push that it did was that specific area right there, this area right here. So you don't want to see price taking a breather outside this area. If it's going downtown, this is the area of contention. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, just a quick psychology thing too, as far as basically what Czar said is, don't like Kadir and those guys took the sells on the NYSE yesterday, a quick like 70 or 80 pips. I don't care about that. I was in buys personally from earlier, so I didn't care. But even when I do see something like that, those guys train and they practiced a lot for those counter trend moves. I don't like those because that's not my style. I like following the trend, the higher time frames. I know Kerwin does too. So you have to figure out your plan, your methods, and what works for you. Because if you don't see those moves, there's no point to try to copy other guys and what they're doing. Those guys see those moves and they catch them. So it works for them, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like counter trending. I mean, taking those, thinking that, oh, this is the max pullback, whatever. So I go from there now. Like the trade that I took on the 45, it was worth it. It was worth a shot. I was risking like 16 pips, I think. And I was like, you know what? I'll give it a try. But the moment I saw that 1 minute candle pulling from those lows, nah, man, it's not worth it for me. Like that candle right there, that candle. See that closing? That closing is quite fishy. Long wick from the downside is looking more like a rejection candle. So, you know, it's not worth it. Something that is looking like that is not worth it holding. You know, but I don't like trying to buy these specific mobs. No, man, it's crazy. It's crazy to believe.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah, man.
Sorry to interrupt. Just quick one. I've messaged you and Gary, so if you can check your Slack. Messaged you guys, I think day before yesterday.
Okay.
Just to get the ball rolling on if we're going to do a psychology webinar.
Okay.
And do you have two accounts on Slack now?
No, as a matter of fact, I was trying. Oh, you sent to maybe to the other Kerwin.
Kerwin V, I sent it to.
Kerwin V. Yeah, from you.
To your alter ego.
Because the thing is, yeah, no, I don't have anything. Most likely you send it because I was testing something with the Slack. Because what happened now, the Slack restricted the amount of members that I'm sending invitations.
Okay,
So
got you.
I had to test with the link, and I sent it to myself. I created another account with my Gmail, and I sent it to myself the link just to make sure that it was working. But yeah, no, send it. Copy that message and send it again. Because I don't have anything from you guys.
Yeah, I'll do that shortly. I'm sorry. Apologies if it's noisy. I'm sat in a coffee shop today, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm not trading. I'm not a coffee shop trader. I'm just watching, listening.
I'll send you a DM now. Yeah, I'll send you so you can reply there. But it's Kerwin B. The other one, it was Kerwin, I think. Kerwin only.
Hold on.
Yeah, I send you one now.
Oh, right. I sent it to the wrong one. So, you know, the new one you set up, I think I sent it to that one.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, your name popped up, so I must have just selected it.
Okay. Oh, damn. What in the world?
I did see something there on the 1 minute, but it's kind of I didn't want to take it.
I thought this candle it was more of a rejection candle than anything, but I didn't want to consider it.
Yeah, after 9:34 1 minute close, I was considering, but because it could reject from here now, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still making kind of lower highs and lower lows. So the structure is kind of bearish so far.
Yeah. And for the daily analysis, if that daily candle doesn't give us options, it closed the way it was this morning, like around in this area, man, it's dangerous. You know, that daily candle is not giving you options there, other than trade the range. But in the lower time frames, you don't have a specific range in here. You don't have a clean picture. It's pretty messy. On the 15th, this area right here will be the main area of range. It's looking messy. Hell of a messy. I really can't. Looks more of a downside than upside now. That's a hell of a move. This is like 30 pips or so. Yeah, it's a hell of a move. Okay. Yeah, I got it, guys. Gary. Matthew or anybody due to this rejection, if that candle is breaking that low, do you trust that move down again or not?
No, man. Look at the 5-minute candles. Look at 9 a.m. open. Look at 9:30, and then look at 9:35. Like that's just
that's
disgusting.
Nuts. Yeah, it is. But that rejection there, man, is hell of a nasty rejection. This move just cleaned the board. That move just cleaned the board. But who
Yeah,
knows?
some retailers lost today, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure, 100%. Imagine that candle retesting this low, no stopping in there, going back to retest these lows. But it's too messy, man. Freaking hell. It's too messy. 3 more minutes. And that's the 15-minute candle about to close in the next 3 minutes.
Yeah, maybe if this 15 closes clean under the 40, then I'll consider. But
it's too
the
much risk.
Last 3 minutes might pull back up. I don't know.
It's too much risk, in my opinion. The 10 a.m. candle can be the one that can drive price to the downside after a retest to the 40. If we manage to not break so easily this 40, like going to the 38, hanging in there, and then the 10 a.m. candle pulling back to the 40 and then giving you the continuation below the 38 to the 35, but it's freaking risky. Hell of a risky move. Trading in days like this is so annoying, man. Not clear direction. It doesn't give you the option to hold a trade easily with confirmation. No, it's just messy.
Yeah, this is the type of day you get 20 pips, just close full position. Because looking back earlier on my one that was break even, I had like 18, 19. I was considering closing, but I really thought it was going to continue up and then just right back to break even. So I learned that even from today, a new lesson is maybe next time just take the full profit, you know? There's nothing wrong with that. So
yeah. I'll be super pissed off if I close my runner for nothing. So price continue going up. But if price goes back to retest at 37, I'm okay with it because my stop loss was in profits at 32, 31.70 somewhere there. But if I know the price is breaking, not respecting the daily low, which is this area, man, that can be a nasty drop last day of the week, giving me that weekly candle closing below the 30, and that's not fun, you know, holding 60 extra pips in a runner and being wiped out and maybe in one 30-minute candle, because that can be the scenario here, like in one 30-minute candle going back to the 35s or even lower. This reason why is that this rejection is coming from these previous rejections areas right here. But it's not worth it. over risking today is not worth it. You can easily wait until Monday.
That's a very good idea, I think.
Yeah. If I had to risk 20-30 pips, I'll do it on Monday. So I can recover that specific loss in the next 4 days in a new week.
Kerwin, I took one of the cover entry today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that 5-minute rejection, long rejection from up there. The minute of that first, I just 1 minute time frame. You turn it that one, and I took the second bearish candle as soon as it break there below the first bearish candle. And I wrote it very risk candle.
The 939 candle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
40.
I was considering
the
that too.
39.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was very risky.
15. That 15
It was
created
quite
something
like
nice in here.
similar to the one you took early, Kerwin. You remember? It was quite similar, same the one you took it earlier.
Yeah.
But that was you were looking at rejection of the first structure.
Yeah.
And killing. Oh, so cool.
Yeah.
I've got run of this one anyway. All right.
Everybody's tired now. Now this thing will drop heavily. And I'm not doing anything at this point. I'm just gonna see that thing drop and drop and drop and drop, and I'm gonna miss the move. Yeah, it's okay.
It's a brand new 15 minutes. It has to go a little bit up, isn't it?
No, not really. Not really. The way that the previous 5-minute candle rejected, I'm not expecting a crazy rejection from this. Like going back to the 41, 42s, I don't think that 15-minute candle will have any business going all the way up again. Because if it's doing that, we'll leave enough time for whoever jump into the buys to exit their positions in maybe in profits or with a little to no drag down. This specific candle here is messy, and this candle trap so much volume here. Let me delete this one right here. So that candle right here, if price is going back to retest this area, we'll leave these guys to exit their position. At this point, if this liquidity is valid, this candle will take some time, but as long as the body of the candle close below this rejection is gone. So I don't think whoever jump into buys here, if this candle reverse, is giving you enough time to exit that position. Yeah.
Yes, it's a lot.
I may be wrong, I may be wrong, but what I say is that may give you downside.
Last 15 minutes, an hour.
Yeah, last 15 minutes. But this 5-minute candle is the one, if it's gonna happen to the downside, like the 10 a.m. candle, like I said, this is the 5-minute candle that should be closing near to the 1838. So the 10 a.m. candle pull back to the 40 and then grab liquidity from the 40 or maybe the 39.50 and then drive price down again. But let's see. Two more minutes for that 5-minute candle to decide if it's gonna give you that easy drop or not.
Sure.
Guys and girls, I'm out. Have a good
Take care,
session.
sir. I'll catch you in the DMs, brother.
Yeah, take care, brother.
Yeah, man.
Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I think if this one was gonna go, it should have like the 15. I think it should have just gone, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's not looking anymore. It's not looking like it will go. Let's see.
Yeah, it's gonna go fill this 5-minute wick now.
Imagine even breaking that high on the previous 5. It will let room for that candle to go back and retest that wick. This high, basically.
It is rejected by the high.
Yeah.
We thought the 8 a.m. candle was bad. This candle's 9 a.m. candle's worse.
What a mess, huh?
Yeah, this is. Yeah.
It's the day to below that count. Yeah, a lot of people you know, buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell, and
Pure
they end up
guessing.
in
Yeah, pure
yeah.
guessing.
Mm.
Yeah. That area is the 41. Can I try something stupid here? Let me see.
You got your cowboy hat on?
I messed it up, but I could have planned something like this. Aiming for the whatever, for the 30 something there. 36 is the daily low. Even something like this to be kind of cowboy, but now price is here. Something like this is worth it. Let me see. 8 seconds for that candle to decide if it's gonna give me that specific thing. Let me plan this thing. If that candle respect that high, okay, I'll risk it for the biscuit here.
Aren't you worried about the way the 5-minute closed though?
Nah, not at this point. That thing is you know, it needs to respect this specific area right here. Yeah, it's a cowboy thing. Don't try this at home, please. Don't try this at home. It's a cowboy thing.
Yeah, but
Hold
it's
your
still
breath. Hold your
bearish,
breath.
but
Let's go, baby girl. I know you can do it. Give me that retest to these previous rejections and we're gone. So yeah, let's go, baby girl. I know you can do it. Do it. Show me what you got for me. Show me, baby girl. My entry was this area right here.
Man, you are amazing.
Roughly 9 pips. 9, 10, 10.
Go.
Give me 1 second more. Okay, good. Give me one more. Break that 39. Let's go, baby girl. I know you can do it. Give me some more. I know you can do it, baby girl. I'm closing 50% here. 50%, 17 pips in profits. Let's go for more. Let's go for another daily low. Let's go, baby girl. I know you can do it, baby girl. I know you can do it. Don't try this at home, please. This is too dangerous. Don't try this at home. Let's go. I'm closing another 50% here. Stop loss at break even.
Wow, nice, man.
Yeah, freaking hell.
Nice,
I knew that I will
nice.
grab this bitch by the hair. I don't wanna say
Master at work.
something, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Nice,
little
nice.
tiny profits for the morning. See, it's only like 400 bucks. There's 35 pips in there.
I was about to enter, but no, man, not gonna risk this.
It's too much of a risk, huh?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's okay.
Wow.
It's okay. Don't do it. Don't do it at home.
No, of course not.
Those
No,
runner will pay the bills.
yeah.
Yeah. It's just that's it. That's it. My runners. 800 bucks for that trade. That's good.
Damn.
Yeah.
That commentary
How
got my
long
heart
it took?
racing.
How long it took? Like
30
1
seconds?
2 minutes?
Oh.
Yeah. That's what you need. I mean, you don't need to be cowboy if you don't know what you're doing. But if you know what you're doing, what the outcome will be, it's okay. Like I said, if you have to do something, make sure that thing has worked from previous days. And I know this thing will work. That's pretty much it. And oh, this is being recorded. I didn't want, to be honest, show well, it doesn't show on the screen, right? The profits. Because I don't want to be, you know, people thinking later on, oh, this is easy work, and then just full margin, something that you know, may be dangerous. But this was easy work.
Kerwin, I'm in from 1844.5.
1840. Freaking hell! You didn't give me the
Yeah.
signal.
I took it on the 1 minute actually, and basically I'm holding until I don't know, until the fucking bottom.
Hold it until the 30.
Until the 30. Basically, I took already profits on the way. I'm leaving 40% right now running at 1830. I'll close another 50% and we'll see.
Yeah, I am closing another 50% here. At this point, it's only running less than 10%. I don't care if I get stopped out now. I had fun with those 2 minutes. Don't think it's a sniper thing. This is not a sniper. This is just plain and simple continuation of the move. Yeah. Yeah, the 10 a.m. candle closing is the one. I close more because I don't want to get ruined with that nasty pullback to the 40s again. I need this 5-minute candle giving me the beautiful close. And not that I want to add another position, but the 10 a.m. candle can give me the option to add another position. Hopefully that candle doesn't do more than this volume. So the next pullback right here on the 10 a.m. candle can give pullback 39 the most, right there, and boom to the downside. You'll be surprised if that candle goes maybe in a 30-minute from the starting of that previous 5. So let's say from the 9:55 to the 10:25, going all the way down to the 30s. You'll be surprised if that happened.
Look at the daily, Kerwin.
Look at that closing. Oh my goodness, closing. Yeah. What is a closing? Okay, here comes the fact. Here comes the thing. 39, baby girl. Not that I want to enter another position, but just pay attention to market behavior. I don't like why this candle dropped to the daily low and is rejecting again. I don't like that. But if it's worth it, this is the 50% and this is the 10 pips below the key level. Not that I want to trust that 10 pips below the key level, but I want to trust the 50% of this candle right here. That specific area right there. And leaving that daily low gives you 20 pips, extra pips. I don't want to add more positions, but it's something that can play out really easy. And therefore, the 20 pips to the downside is roughly below the 35. Having a closing below the 35 can give you enough room to trade to the 30s. But I don't want to add another position here. I'm just going to enjoy that trade. Whoever want to try that thing, at the break of that daily low is another 20.
It's going.
But don't go too high. If you didn't have the ability to enter here when I enter based on the 1 minute, don't do it. Don't do it. Just enjoy the weekend. If you didn't have any other trade, just enjoy the weekend. Come back with fresh mind Monday, and we will have fun the next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this trade was worth it. Based on the risk reward, it's well worth it. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I haven't had a breakfast today. What a move. Yeah. Did you manage to get any Gary, or you didn't want to risk it for the biscuit on that trade?
I actually got the same entry as you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, enjoy.
I haven't closed any parcels.
Holy man, close some at least. Or you closed too much yesterday, right? And then you missed the move.
Yeah, like I'm closing at 36. I am closing at 36 because my stop loss was just like yours, like not much, like small position.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, Kerwin, I'm off, bro.
Take care, Matthew.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah, man. And
See
sorry
you guys,
for the headache of these trades, man. But
No, I tried taking, but it already took me out break even because I with a day like today I go break even really quick, so it's okay. 3 break evens, I'm okay with that. That's not a loss. So
okay.
Good day.
That's good.
All right. See you guys later.
All right, man.
See you, man.
Take care. Yeah.
Hey, Kerwin.
Yeah,
What's
man.
up?
Good,
How you
brother.
doing?
And you? How are you, Arsen?
Good. Did you take it?
Yeah.
I just joined.
Huh?
Took it?
This trade?
You took it?
Yeah,
this
yeah.
trade.
But yeah, the one that I told you guys. I was planning to enter here, but this kind of gave me that pullback there. So I enter, my entry is 1840.54.
Wow, nice.
Yeah. And the other one, I added another position. It was 140.12. This one right here. The moment that candle was about to break that low, I added another one. So yeah, it was worth it. I mean, who doesn't like that risk reward right here, risking, roughly at that point is risking basically 10, because you don't want to see price breaking this high, but the spread, can take you out if you have a stop loss right there. So you have like 10 pips predetermined stop loss right there. It was worth it. I mean, for that daily low. Yeah. And now you'll be surprised if the continuation is there. All the 5-minute candles will continue respecting the previous 5-minute candle high, the previous 1-minute candle high, and price just going down, going down, going down, going down. Whoever was trying to trade the range got burned already with this specific candle. It got triggered. This candle right here has enough information. This candle right here have enough information. That's why, if this price managed to break that 40, that at least going to the 42, man, it's leaving enough room for whoever jump into those buys right there. Okay, no bottom wick right there. No bottom wick. The 10 a.m. hand candle has 20 more pips as per change to the downside here. 20 pips roughly there.
I'm at 83 pips right now.
Roughly there. That's your target. And this is a previous rejection. There you go. There you go. See how easy. And it's like a clockwork. It's like algorithms
Boss,
are taking.
I closed after you said it, like it's dropping now.
Oh my God.
I closed it.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay, brother.
Yeah, it's okay.
Father, you still holding?
Yeah, 87 pips right now.
Beautiful. You won. I'm 90, but in 2 positions. Let me close. No, you know what? It's only running like less than 10%. So I'm not gonna close anything else. Yeah, I'll let those runs continue going.
I want the 1830 so bad. So bad. Because it's the retest area that we were looking for. So if it closes below 1835, it's going there.
Indeed. The 20 pips below that daily low is roughly there, the 34.40, somewhere there. But price going back to retest that 35 means that we have an easy job going to the 30 to the 30s overall, right? That's the move that we wanted since the beginning, like price leaving this specific mess over here. The candle that give you the option that, okay, that's good. That's a beautiful target. We can call it a day there. Whoever hold that trade, you can call it a day. Enjoy and be happy because you are part of the 1% of traders that win on a daily basis.
100 pips.
You are elite. At this point, you guys are elite, part of the elite of traders.
Good call, Kerwin. Good call.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Yeah. So, 110. Those runners are doing pretty good, to be honest. These runners are paying the bills. Yeah. Yeah, Beijing. This is now, like I said, whoever didn't pay attention to what I was saying earlier on and they left early, these guys are gonna be mad. Trust.
Scratching their hair now.
Yeah.
Pulling their hairs. I think if this 5 minutes were close below the 35, 1835, and then pull back, might be there's another chance. But I've done for the day.
Yeah,
got a small runner.
Yeah. Nice.
If you
The
look at
more
the
you close, the more it.
Don't worry. It's easy money. Easy money.
So remember that liquidity. So look at the candle from on 30 minutes yesterday at 9:30. The one that went down to grab liquidity and pushed it to all the way to 1848. So now we're kind of filling that wick.
Yes. And
this
wick right here,
yes,
this wick right here is it's a must to retest. Not that you want to sell from here when you had so many
No,
opportunities along the road in this area.
Yeah.
This is the exit, the ultimate exit point. But if
Correct.
price doesn't respect this rejection, then that means that we have even more downside here.
Mhm.
I pay my dues time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime.
Hey, morning, Kerwin.
Morning, Nelson.
Can I ask you a question about, can you see about the 8 o'clock candle?
8 o'clock. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
No, I mean, it's for the 5 minutes.
Oh, 5 minutes. The 8 o'clock candle. The 8 o'clock candle was somewhere here, right? No, this one. This one, yes.
Yeah, I would like to ask, if I take a buy limit at here, will it be too risky if we assume it, this price structure
Oh, buy
at
limit
around,
out here?
yeah.
It's risky as hell.
Because of the time, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So
Because, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, so it's work around, if the time is 8:20, it can be worth on.
Yeah, the problem here is that having a buy limit at market at New York Open is quite dangerous. It's hell of dangerous. You need price going a certain direction and gives you a rejection, and then plan buy stops at top of areas that were rejecting before if you're getting rejection. But having a buy limit here can be dangerous because price can easily pull up first and then going back, and after the liquidity has been picked up, that buy limit here get triggered and the price won't stop. Boom, 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 boom. Like I said, look at the 5-minute candles here. This is what I call the continuation, and this is momentum in the market. Remember what, and I'm glad this was recorded because this is the things that I told you guys before. If we're having momentum, the 5-minute candles, first of all, Kerwin's rule is the next 5 minutes will respect the 50% of the breakout candle. The first breakout candle is this one right here. This is your confirmation. Let me delete this thing because this is irrelevant anymore. This doesn't make sense anymore. The first candle, the breakout candle, is this candle right here. Now pullback 50% max, 39 max. What happened next after the continuation, after the momentum is there? Any new 5-minute candle, little to no top wick, meaning continuation, not top wick, or maybe little to not top wick. This candle still 3 more minutes. It can easily pull back again, pull up, and reject the previous rejections areas. This one right here. This is the ultimate. This is the ultimate target, basically. This one right here. That's the ultimate target. If this candle is rejecting that area and creating a body of the candle that can be more, the wick in the candle is more than the 50%, is showing sign of a rejection instead of continuation. Therefore, this is a reversal and can easily come back to retest the area that was left behind in this area, like the area that was left in 1840, basically 1839. That's why in current market conditions, it's really easy adding positions when you have candles going in one single direction. When you have something like this, it's easier risking with this breakout candle. Is easier risking 20 pips in here than risking 20, maybe 30 in here, because it's guessing game. It's just price ranging. You know, that's the way the market behaves. And if you do this, if you are patient enough to wait for candles to give you a certain continuation, you're winning on a daily basis. You're winning, no doubt.
But coach, today
Alright,
your
thanks.
position was insane, bro. Like, insane. Strategy.
I'm gonna tell you this. That's the way that I trade. That's the way I look for trades, the simplistic way, risking less to gain more. 1, 2, 3 in no time. But I don't teach those things because for the newbies, that can be hell of a dangerous thing to learn. You don't want to learn those things until you have seen enough things in life and in the market. The trade that I took on the 1 minute, what was the 1 minute here? This area, this one right here. This was the first trade. This was the first trade. 45. What is 45 here? 45. That candle, look, what candle is this one? This is the second candle on a 5-minute. I know that the most of the times the fake out happened in the last 2 minutes before the 5-minute candle close. So therefore, I'm playing here with fire because I'm trying to catch that specific move using almost 16 pips in this area right here. I was using almost 16 pips in this area. I was trying to catch that specific move, and I knew that if I had a bullish candle that can give me support here, or a bullish candle that can close with the body above this area or breaking that specific high, then it doesn't matter if my stop loss is here. If the continuation is there, first of all, the 5-minute candle will give me the close, the body of the candle closing about the 45. So that makes invalid my trade. But what if the next candle in the 1 minute is giving me rejection? This candle did. Next 1 minute, this one right here. Next 1 minute, little to no body right here. So therefore I know that the pullback is dying, that the move that I need is dying. What is the next option here? Having my stop loss there. Since this candle is print, this is my option, having a predetermined stop loss here, and obviously my stop loss there, because I can be willing for a pullback to the key level, but no more than the key level, because if it's not respecting the key level, respect this area and can give me a move up to this area right here. So at this point, when this candle was about to close bullish, is closing bullish here, I closed 50%. Since then, I was like, you know what, my entry is roughly there. I may be 10 pips in profits, whatever. And if I have my stop loss here, it doesn't matter if it's stopping me out. Break even, I'm still, having like 3 pips in profits there. It's nothing, but at least it's not a loss. It's not a big fat loss like, let's say like a 20 pips loss, right? Because for me, having an entire 20 pip loss means a lot. It means a lot of money. So I don't want to ruin my day, just feeding the market with the stack or something like that. Holding a certain position. The moment that candle closed bullish, I said, no, I'm closing 50%. That candle right there took me out. This one right here instantly took me out in a matter of seconds. And therefore, just plain and simple mess over there, dancing around that specific area. And at that point, the 5-minute candle already took that breather, meaning that we may see a continuation, pullback, and then a continuation. But it was quite easy for me. That trade was quite easy to manage. But those are the things. Same thing happened here with the breakout candle here. It was plain and simple continuation. This candle right here. The moment this candle is taking that breather, I know that I have a 41. Once price is trading below a certain key level, like breaking and closing below the 40, like in this area right here is closing. This is a max pullback because we don't have, we have the New York session, the NYSE open, which is the max pullback on a 30-minute candle, retesting a previous 30, which is this specific candle here. The candle coming for the NYSE is this one. So the pullback is completed with this specific push. With this specific push, the pullback is completed. I didn't want to sell from here because I was like, no, man, what if we come back to this area and start rejecting again? So what happened here is that I had, after this pullback, I had the break and close below the 40. Now my options are pull back to the 41 max and then a continuation, at least to retest the previous rejection area. This one right here. And therefore, it was so tempting for me to take that position that I was like, I can try that cowboy shit, like short position, and price was trading at this specific area right here when I saw price. And right before I had some in my brain, I had something like this basically. It's like, if it's breaking this high, I'll be closing 50% and I'm going to let the return and see what's up. If it's taking me with the spread, it's okay. But I was aiming for the daily low somewhere here to the 36 area. I was like, yeah, you know what? Instead of opening my position here, I opened the position there. And then the next one, look, here is the position. Let me pull up this. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Oh, this camera is giving me a hard time here. Look. This this one right here. The moment this candle is, I don't know if you can see it, the camera is pretty tough to see, but this area right here is the one that I'm planning to enter. And the moment that candle is breaking, I'm looking for that second entry there. So was plain and simple continuation. But it's a
oh, sorry.
Yeah,
was it the candle with the long wick?
After the long wick, yeah.
Okay.
After the candle, after that rejection, it's pulling back. This candle right here is my entry. This one right here. So with the first position, I'm risking roughly 10, and with the second position, roughly like 15 pips, no more than that. And I'm being like really picky. This is not a sniper shit. This is just price action, I will say. You know, looking for that continuation. I was looking, yeah, at least to retest this area right here. And it happened, you know, 2 minutes and then maybe 90 seconds, and I was dipping profits already.
Hi, Kevin.
Yeah.
May I ask a question?
Yeah.
Could you please let me know why you didn't enter in 8:30? Because when I saw this is, yes, the big one.
In here? In here?
No, 8:30.
Oh, 8:30.
Yeah.
Look, 8:30 was this one, right? 8:30, no, 8:30
Yeah,
was
big one.
the big one.
Yeah, this
That
one, this. Yeah.
Oh, this one, the 8:30? Why I didn't enter with the 8:30?
Yeah. Because it seems we have fake out.
But 8:30 to the upside, you mean, or to the downside?
Downside.
No, because this monster candle doesn't allow me to look for a counter trend. This is my 30.
Yeah,
and at that point, I'm looking for continuation to the upside instead of looking for a pullback, because the pullback can be done to this area, maybe to these previous areas of rejection, but can be painful.
No, please go to 5 minutes, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the closing of the 30.
Yes.
The opening of the 30 is this one right here.
After this one.
After this one, because
yes.
this is still looking like a pullback to the previous bullish candle on the 30 minutes.
Right.
This I don't consider continuation, and I cannot consider this fake out until I have the second candle giving me the pullback and closing bearish. I need 2 candles closing. Now with this specific candle, there's no way I can look for this specific trade, because this candle, even entering in here without waiting for the pullback, it will be something like this: 21, when all I have here is rejections, when all I have here is trading at these specific areas of rejection. So it's 90% of chances I will get stopped out. Before getting these 20 pips, I will get stopped out with 10 in here, maybe to the key level with 20. Very rare that I will have a steady continuation there. Because for me to plan something like this, I will, first of all, I will wait for the pullback first, and then look for where the pullback is being completed. Let's see where the pullback is there. That's the first 1 minute. Second 1 minute. Third one. That one right there most likely is the last before the continuation. What time is this one? 43. So this is the 44 is closing at 44. So to consider something breaking this low, I'll be looking for something like that in a stop loss. 17. If I had to pull up the 1 minute, right? And look what happened here. So there's no way that I'll be looking for a easy drop in here if I don't have the pullback first. If I have the pullback, like in the 1 minute, like that 1 minute right there, I will need a next 1 minute breaking that low to give me that continuation, and maybe using something like this. But I know that the 30-minute candle is quite heavy from the previous, that previous 30-minute candle is quite heavy. This candle, what time is this candle here? 48. So the pullback on the 5-minute candle here was way too much for me. And the 30-minute candle, don't even counter trend something that is looking strong bullish. Instead of that, instead of looking counter trend, look for anything that can break this area for the continuation. Because until the candles are printed, you don't have an idea unless you have seen those moves over and over again. right
Yeah,
there.
Kerwin, one doubt. If I say that 5-minute candle, first 5 minute you want to pull back, or second 1 minute also okay?
With the first one, it's okay.
Yeah, second
Remember,
also okay. Yeah.
yeah, remember, for example, in this case right here, in this case, if the continuation is there, the next candle needs mandatory will need to respect that high. If the next candle is not respecting that high, then the pullback may be done until the first candle, which is the confirmation, the first candle of resistance or the key level, maybe up to 10 pips above the key level as well, somewhere there. That pullback can be all the way up to that area right there. And at that point, this was just plain and simple pullback, correction in price, grabbing more liquidity to go up at that specific area, you know? And that's the key level. Now, at this point, you may try something here with this specific candle. Why? Because the same thing happens. If it's rejecting that key level, then you can easily use something like this. After the pullback is done, if the pullback first happened to the high of this candle and then the next one is breaking, you can try something like this. At least I'll say something like this. Is it worth it for you as a trader? I don't know. You know, you have to take your numbers and say, is it worth it for me to risk, say, 16 pips, maybe 18 to the key level, just because I want to get the retest to this area right here, fighting inside a range, or should I just call it a day? You know, but after the retest is done, this area, look at the 1 minute here. After the 1 minute, let's pull up the first 1 minute here, 56. So that's your 5-minute candle closing. No, this is the first 5 minute. This is the 1 minute opening at the 55. So that's your close. So next 1 minute, boom. The moment that 1 minute is creating that resistance, the moment price is breaking this candle right here, you can try something like this. It's risky. It's hell of a risky move. To be safe, I will say below this previous rejection, something like that. And having a stop loss above this previous area, because this is a liquidity. We're not going to see in the lower time frames that specific rejection again. At that point, anything like this that can close bullish again above this area right here is becoming liquidity grab. There's plenty of things that can happen on a daily basis. We just need to pay attention. You know, what's the main bias for the 4-hour candle and the daily as well. Beautiful. Guys, I'm gonna head out. I need to grab some breakfast. It's already late. So see you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the session today. It's a shame that we didn't have moves earlier on in the morning, but you know, we waited until basically last minute, until basically last 10 minutes, last 15 minutes of the 4-hour candle, of the hourly candle, to grab that piece of information there. So yeah.
Thank you, Kerwin.
Yeah, I know.
Take
Monday
care,
will be fun.
coach.
Yeah, no problem, brother. Take care, man. See
Thank
you guys.
Kerwin.
See you guys on Monday. Take care.
See you later.
Take care, man.
Take care,
All right.
Good
Enjoy.
weekend for all of you.
Yeah, man.
Bye
Take
bye.
care, everybody.
Can I make
Thank
it
you,
some
thank you.
psychology webinar this week?
Yes, we're you guys will have a psychology webinar this weekend most likely, but it depends on Gary and Zar. They're the ones who are gonna be hosting the psychology webinar.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks,
No
Kerwin.
problem.
Nice weekend.
Yeah, man. Take care. Have fun. Be nice.
Okay.
Give thanks and praise the Lord. Take care. See you guys on
Thank you.
Monday.
Thank you.
All
Ciao,
right.
ciao.
Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye.
Bye.